practice session with the same club. I always start with my sandwich. And I hit 3 balls with, I don't pick a target. I hit about 40 yards or so. And all I'm doing is just getting a feel for it. Then after these 3 balls, I'll go ahead and start picking targets. So let's see. The target here. I'll go that right stand over there, that right pole. I'm gonna hit a little bit short of that. Just gonna warm up a little bit before I start swinging a little bit harder. All right, so what I do is I like to progress. I like to hit probably 2 or 3 balls in increments and just get progressively further and further. You saw at 40 yards or so, then I hit about 70. And eventually I'll get to where it's a nice, comfortable, full sandwich as I start to loosen up. Question? What do you got?
Tiger, when do you decide?
Tiger, normally, how many balls would you hit before you start again? Not a practice session, just before golf.
I don't know how many balls, but I'll start putting probably about an hour and 10 minutes usually. Putt for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then hit balls for I don't know, about 40 minutes or so. It leaves me a little time to chip and putt before I go on and play.
Tiger, there's got to be days when you're going left, going right a bit.
Yeah.
Do you find that out in the warm-up? Do you adjust?
Yeah, I try and fix it, and if I can't fix it here, I'll go ahead and at least have an understanding of where to shape my aim points. So let's say hypothetically I've got, like most of you guys probably overcut the golf ball. And if I'm finding the same thing where most of my shots are overcutting, I'll go to the right side of the tee box to give myself an angle. So I'll far left, and if it overcuts, it'll still be in the fairway, that kind of thing. Or if the pin's on the right side of the green, that'll be good for me. But if it's on the left side of the green, I'll just dump it in the center of the green and move on. So trying to have an understanding of that going out there. And then other days, it could be the exact opposite.
Are you trying to find a certain ball flight when you're out here?
I'm trying to get my natural flight, which is going to be up in the air and just a little left to right. And as I progress through my set, like I'll go to my 8-iron next in my warm-up, I'll start shaping them both ways. But from right here, I'm just hitting it just normal, little holding. That green one on the right, green pole over there.
How many days a year do you spend on the road?
It is quite a bit, but I think since probably, this is my first full year, my first full season. I've played full schedule since 7 years I've been hurt and haven't played a full schedule. So this year was my first time in a long time. But I don't play as much as a lot of guys do. And I definitely don't play as much now that I have my 2 kids. I'd rather be home with them than out on the road. So I try and be at home as much as I possibly can to be with them.
And how many tournaments a year would you play, Tiger?
Normally it's about 21 or so, 22 around the world.
And is there a period in time over Christmas and New Year where you have a longer layoff?
Yeah, right now it's, well, usually it's, lately it's been during the season. I've been hurt, but this year, racing is starting right now. Played last week, and not really doing much for the next couple weeks. I got my tournament in LA, World Challenge, and then I'm off until next year. So this is my extended break. It's, our off season, which is kind of nice.
Where will you start the season next year?
I'll be at Abu Dhabi. What do you got, Tom?
It's a little hot here.
Any questions?
As you probably know, Tiger, the golf courses out here are mostly predominantly Bermuda grass. Obviously, it's a lot grainy, a lot more grainy compared to the bends. How do you feel about playing on Bermuda?
Well, it's fine. It's normal because I live in Florida. So this is what we have everywhere we go. Playing on, I grew up on POA out in California. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I grew up on POA out in California, so when I moved to Florida, that's when I got accustomed to playing in Bermuda grass. And anytime you go to Bend's easy. It's just look at it and hit it. But in Bermuda, just learning the feel of the different greens, different grain, and learning to see it and see how it's actually, how it's laying. That's helped since I've lived in Florida.
Tiger, which is your favorite golf course?
My favorite golf course is St. Andrews.
Yeah.
St. Andrews, by far.
You like the weather there?
The weather can be all right. It can be awful, or it can be great. But it's just, I like the golf course a lot. I like the thinking that's involved there. It's not just, it's big fairways, big greens, but it's angles. It's hitting the ball in the right angle and leaving yourself in the right position. It's not just going out there and blasting away on it. You got to think. And I love golf courses in which you have to use your mind and really understand how to play and how to attack it.
You like the bunkers there?
Yeah, they're tough. They're tough. And that's what it should be. They're not big. A lot of them are pretty small, but if you're in them, it's a penalty.
Tiger, do you swing the same with your driver and irons?
Well, it's going to be a little bit faster, obviously, because of the longer the shaft gets, more momentum you can create, more leverage.
Yes. Or speed?
No, it's going to happen because the club is longer. I'm not trying to hit it harder, but it's coming out. It's going to be harder because of the length of the shaft difference. If I take something short like a sandwich and I try to hit as hard as that driver, I can't do it because of the length of it. As soon as it gets longer, then it obviously has more momentum and more speed. Naturally just generates for you. So you don't have to do anything different. I don't try and swing any harder with my driver than I am with my sandwich. It's just happening.
Tiger, use more of your left arm or your right arm?
And what? My driver. It's more body. And obviously, for me, working with Sean, really understanding where the sweet spot travels, understanding where the center of the face, how it travels, and where it try to deliver the sweet spot at different angles. Different angles, this way or right or left. And that's something I didn't really understand, but working with Sean and the trash man and getting specific numbers dialed in, understanding attack angle, your vertical and horizontal swing plane, all these different components, it becomes physics. And I don't have to rely on timing and feel. And because of that, my ball strike just got better. It's got way more consistent. I'm driving it better than I ever have in my career because of it.
Tiger, do you take TrackMan on the road with you?
No, I don't. Because when I get to a tournament, I just want to go ahead and play. But yeah, I do work with it quite a bit at home.
Yeah, what kind of chip you recommend for every practice?
Yeah, get in there. Yeah, most of you guys obviously are, all of you guys are staying at Marina Bay Sands. I didn't see you guys in this morning. Were you guys in there this morning? Okay, yeah. Yeah, we gotta get in there.
On the fitness side, how many hours a day would you work on your fitness regime?
It all depends on type of training we're doing, what we're building, if we're not building, if we're maintaining, if we're just activating, they're all different. How many weeks off I have, no time. The program changes and evolves. But, this morning I was in there